Hey brother, today we're going to talk about how to gratitude journal properly. In other videos I've spoke about how gratitude journaling has completely changed my mental health, how I've gone from having a lot of anxiety, quite a few depressive symptoms to having none of that, feeling so much happier, feeling so much less anxious. And I can attribute a lot of that change to gratitude journaling. Now, I've even said that I've made a big transition within 2 weeks, a month, 2 months to my mental health because of this, and that seems quite ridiculous. I know if I heard that 2 years ago, I'd think, what are you talking about? Journaling for a little bit, like 10 minutes a day, it's not going to make a difference within 2 weeks. Well, it has for me, and here are the methods that I'm going to talk to you. You will genuinely feel such a massive transformation to your life. Now, why you hide it? So, people usually recommend to write it on pen and paper, right? I could write it on pen and paper, but I don't I don't really feel safe doing that. Now I don't say that because I'm scared like someone's gonna search through my notes and open stuff like that. To me, I write about topics so deep that I genuinely want them to be like hidden, and I just know in the back of my mind that no one will ever read this besides me. So I write it on like my Notion account. Now, the reason I do this isn't for paranoia or something. It's for complete ease of mind and feeling like I'm writing things into the void. It's like my private space where no one's gonna read. On a notepad that you have on your desk, someone may 0.01% chance read it. And I know when I started, that really restricted me from genuinely going in depth with my emotions and what I was journaling about. So, if currently you started, you've watched my videos and you're thinking, okay, yeah, I'm doing this just on a notepad and I never think about this, I take a hard look at it. Either you genuinely have no stress about it and fantastic, or you're not writing about topics that you know you kind of refrain yourself. You go to write about something and you kind of refrain and just write about something easier. Like you don't write about childhood trauma, bad event that happened. You're so grateful that this bad thing that happened to your friend, you're genuinely grateful that like this didn't happen to you. How bad would it be if this happened to me? You think about, oh, I'm so grateful that my mom is alive and she hasn't passed away or something. Like you sit there for 10 seconds and think, what would my life be like if I was homeless? What would my life be like if I got reject from the university I wanted to go to? What would my life be like if I got hit as a car? I got hit by a car as a kid, and now I have one leg. And it's horrible to think that, but then you bring yourself back after 5, 10 seconds and think, wow, my life is so amazing. Because you can sit and write. I think gratitude journaling is twofold. You can sit and write about, the basic thing. I'm grateful for that candle. I'm grateful for the lights in my room. And that trains the skill of, being grateful for the little things around your life. And that's an amazing thing. But you can also be trained gratitude for the really deep topics that I know for me have sort of like went deep in my mind and kind of ticked off a box, removed that stress from my mind. And it's a really weird way and difficult way it does this, but this is one of the reasons why gratitude journaling has been proven to be one of the most effective methods to change mental health by yourself. So I'd really recommend that you start going deeper into topics. Think about childhood trauma, think about negative gratitude journaling. What that means is you think of something like, imagine if I lived in a country that was in war, imagine one of my closest people was dead, imagine I was in hospital terminally ill. And you sit and ruminate on that for 5, 10 seconds, and then you realize, wait, my life's actually fantastic. Because you've now gone from your mediocre baseline of life being here, yeah, it's pretty good, I gratitude journaling gets 5% better, to now you drop it all the way down to like a 1 out of 10. And when you bring it back, the thing you feel is that 4 point increase. So if I illustrate this is like your life is normally like this, when you gratitude journal, you realize it and it goes up to there. And then it drops down after a few hours, but over a long period of time, it's slowly increasing your baseline increase with it. Now, if you do it this way, negative gratitude journaling, your baseline is here, and then it drops down to here. You sit for those 10 seconds and you think about that person having died, you being terminally ill, and then when you bring yourself up, you come back up here, not the same, a little bit better, but you feel this massive increase. And that's beautiful. Now, quick little note, If you're someone who suffers with a lot of mental health problems, I wouldn't recommend this at the start. Just do this. Just try focus on 10 things every day, the small things that you're grateful about. And later, when you become a bit more used to this habit and a little bit more versed in it, then I try negative gratitude journaling. The way I like to do this is I like to, usually when I start, I write like 5 points that are pretty normal, and the last, say, 5 to 10 get a little bit deeper for me. And those are the ones where I really think, wow, this is just incredible. This is going to make such a beautiful change to your mental health, man, and I know it has for me. Thank God your life is like this. If not God, universe, life, whatever you believe in. For me, it's God, and I like to end my gratitude journaling sessions with like 2, 3 sentences like, thank you that my life is like this, thank you for this, thank you for that. And it's almost kind of like recapping what I've just written or writing a new point. And to me, I found that saying thank you to something, that my life is like this, it feels like you're blessed every day. And this feeling of being blessed has truly ingrained into my mind. Every day I feel like I'm beautifully blessed. And because I write about this, I almost realize it. Truly, man, I can't even describe this. It literally adds like an extra minute or two to your gratitude journaling, and it increases it by 50% in the effect. It's amazing. Finally, when things go wrong. So, what do you do when things aren't going so good, man? Like, say you've had a bad week, you've had a bad day, for example. It's sometimes really difficult to sit on those days and write about things you're grateful for. But those are the days where you really have to push through and try it. The first 5 points are always going to be difficult, like if you've got in a bad car accident that day and now you know you're going to owe a lot of money or you hurt yourself or another person. But then you sit and think, okay, but I'm really grateful I have food. I'm really grateful I have a parent that loves me. I'm really grateful I have 2 friends that I'm really close with. I'm really grateful for this. I'm really grateful for that. And then you can kind of reduce the anxious, overactive part of your mind that's now so emotional, and you can ground yourself more with that gratitude and happiness. And it's a fantastic feeling, man. Obviously, you're not going to feel 10 out of 10 like you may have before, the accident, but you'll start feeling better. It's going to start bringing you back, and once you're in that less emotional state, it's going to allow you to kind of come up with a plan, organize your thoughts a little bit. And I know this has helped me a lot during negative situations. So I really hope this video helps, man. These are the things that I have done that kind of take my gratitude journaling to a completely different level. To where, say, for the first few days, because I've been doing it for over a year now consistently, but before that, there were like 2 years where I'd do it for a week, stop, or do it for 2 days, stop, notepad one day, Notion the other day, just think about it another day. It never really worked, and when I started writing it consistently in a specific place as a consistent habit and implementing these 3 methods over time, it really, really made the benefits feel so profound and so quick. So I really hope that helps, man. Now get off YouTube and have a good day.